What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Armaret, and I'm bringing you another commentary that's once again not so much about the gameplay, although I will say I do exceptionally well in this game, so hopefully you enjoy the gameplay. But what I wanted to talk to you today about is how to keep Black Ops 2 fresh. And the one thing that I've noticed over the years and with each successive release of Call of Duty is that how long the game actually holds my attention is decreased. So COD 4, when it came out, I played that game from the moment that it came out, and then World at War came out, and I played a little bit of World at War, but I even went back to Call of Duty 4 and played that religiously until Modern Warfare 2 came out. Then when Modern Warfare 2 came out, I played it probably about 3/4 of its lifespan. Black Ops was probably about half of that, and then Modern Warfare 3, I didn't even bother getting any of the downloadable content for it because I pretty much had given up on the game before it even coming out. I was frustrated for just a number of reasons. But now with the new release of Black Ops 2, I had even felt that just shortly, I mean, I'm talking about in January already, and I was already starting to get bored with the game. And a part of that was because I was using the same setup in every game type, and I think you can kind of notice that in some of my gameplays on my channel, especially when I first started out. It was the same gun, same game type, same score streak, same perks. So when you do the same thing over and over again, it begins to get stale and begins to get boring, no matter how good or how polished the game is. And then when I decided to do it, and it happened, right before the DLC actually dropped, I decided, to switch up my score streaks a bit, switch up my perks a bit, switch up my guns a bit, and something magical happened. I started to get into the game again. I started to get excited about the game again, because before, when it was usually the AN-94 or the Scar H or the PDW, which were essentially my three main gun types, and then it was always hardline, flat jacket, then it was toughness, dexterity with a grenade, and my score streaks, they kind of varied up a bit, but that was what I always used. And then now, I found that I actually love the gun, the Vector. So I have the Vector in this gameplay with an EMP grenade, silenced with the laser sight, and I switched up my score streaks because that for me is the one thing that why I loved Call of Duty more than any of the other ones out on the market was as you kill, as you score points, you get this real sense of accomplishment. So all of a sudden you get 350, boom, now you got a UAV. Then maybe use that, you get one or two more, you get the Hellfire missile, which then becomes the Lightning Strike. And this feeling just becoming more and more powerful as the game goes on. It's a great feeling, as opposed to maybe some of the other ones out there, your Medal of Honor, all that stuff, that you can go on a 10, 15 kill streak and you get nothing for it. There's really no payoff for it. So what I've done before was I usually had like the medium range kill streak. So for me it was Hellfire missile, Lightning Strike, and then AGR or Sentry gun. That way, is once you got one, it stacked to the second one, which stacked to the third, and you kind of got them going. And when you had a bad day though, and you struggled to get to the Hellfire, it would just get really frustrating. So what I've started to do to switch up a bit is I started lowering my kill streak. So maybe I'll start the night off with UAV, counter UAV, or in this game it was UAV kill package, 100 kilo drone. And what I've been using a lot of, which I really like, is UAV, counter UAV, and then either Lightning Strike or Sentry gun, because nothing is greater than you get yourself 2-3 kills, you get yourself your UAV. And then from that, within a second or two, usually you get yourself your counter UAV from your assist points, and at that point now the enemy's blind, you can see where they are, and you can fairly easily pick up either your Lightning Strike or your Sentry gun. And just that visceral feeling of calling them both in at the same time, which I love to do, because then it forces the enemy who's going to shoot down your kill streaks to pick one of the two. You just see points is popping up, pop, 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 pop. As your enemy is picking off the other team. It brought back that feeling that I love so much. And then now that the DLC is dropped, and we got a huge boost, and we got incredibly lucky that this first set of maps is it is so much fun. They have 3 great maps. then you press and tap the new zombie mode and the new zombie map. And I think this is exactly what Treyarch needed to do, because I think they probably even saw the excitement around this game starting to wane already. And I have this feeling and this notion in the back of my mind that these game developers do understand that the amount of time that people are excited about their games is starting to diminish, and that their sales are starting to slump shortly after the initial burst and after Christmas. Because you are essentially releasing the same game every year over and over again with one or two minor tweaks, and you're not going to be able to hold people's attention all year long, which is partially why they started coming out with downloadable content. But to be honest with you, as a consumer and as somebody who does pay a lot of money right up front, having it, it is a great way to expand the game's life cycle. So I never really get too upset about DLC, and I know some people do. And my one thought is when it comes out day one, I do get a little upset. But stuff like this is great. It came out at just the right amount of time. So it was like at just the moment when I was getting bored and getting sick and tired of the game. Boom, first DLC drops because I've got the season pass. I can pick it up, play it. Maybe it buys Treyarch and myself a few more months for the next DLC to drop. So it's kind of a nice little stopgap. But what I have to say is the one thing that has truly kept me coming back, when I was absolutely frustrated, was just changing things up, changing up my weapon. And now that I've got the Peacekeeper, I'm super happy. I love the weapon. But changing up the score streak and changing up the weapon, and then trying out new perks, because the one perk setup that I really like, that I had never tried before, was I use the Peacekeeper, which for me is good without any attachments, and then I double up on perk 1 and double up on perk 2, such that I have hardline, flak jacket, cold-blooded, toughness, and dexterity. So I'm protected against grenades, I'm protected against the people using the target finder, as well as just my name won't pop up above my head. And then I've got toughness, so I don't flinch, and I got dexterity, so I can come out and run faster. Which is perfect, because now it allows me to play that run and gun style that I enjoy, though it doesn't always necessarily give me high level games. And then because I've gone with this new tactic of run and gun with all those great perks, I drop my score streaks down super low, so that way I don't have to get a lot of kills. And I think I'm gonna keep this up, so I think you're gonna see a lot of variety in the guns and the perk layouts on my channel coming up soon. Is because it does help me keep this game fresh. And the one thing, as a commentator on YouTube, I do play this game probably a lot more than the average individual does, so it does get stale pretty fast. And that's one sentiment that you do actually kind of hear echoed with some of the bigger YouTubers. Is it does get stale, but for them, what keeps them going is the money. For me, what keeps me going is the love of the game, and the little bit of subscribers and comments that I do get. So it was just my thoughts on how to keep this game fresh for you guys when it may be getting stale soon. Is get the DLC and try switching up your weapons to stuff you haven't used before. But once again, I thank you guys so much for stopping by, and have a good day.